Hey guys, back again once again. So we're like mid-range on the ladder. I didn't lose like any game last time, but we were pretty low on the ladder. Again, it's super hard to play like at 100% while speaking, but we'll see how this game goes. So I just hover over them first to see that they're a 1392. Um, my team's pretty good. It's gonna miss some attacks, I bet, and lose me the game. But how do I want to play this? Interesting lead matchup. I think I just want to volt switch out of here because his Blizzard is gonna two-shot me. Um, Interesting game. I think we'll just go Corv. He probably predicts the bulk up on my part. That's not what I have though. Because, yeah, I wanted to do this because Blizzard doesn't quite two-shot me. At least it's not too likely to. Plus I can defog if I have to. I don't want to defog yet because he can just reset his screen. Yeah, this is a pretty challenging game so far, I would say. Extremely challenging. Oh boy. Let's see. I feel like I want to bait his Dyna just by going into Vika. Yeah, because I'm somewhat glad he SDs here, actually. Let's just throw off a T-Bolt, I guess. Excellent, he does go for the Dyna. So I wonder how much this counter for my Zam will do. Oh, I even live? Yeah, he's done for then. In fact, I actually want to stay in because I stall his screens out more, plus he probably thinks I'm not Sash. Amazing. Of course no switch-ins whatsoever, but this Zam is decent because of its speed. He's just gonna T-bolt, and I don't want to switch in on that, so... The good thing is his screens are almost expired. Maybe I just have to Dynamax my Naga. So he has this. Interesting. I could even just get up a screen of my own. I feel like that might be the play. I feel like that's pretty decent. Or I could even just attack him. But screen is always so good no matter what he wants to do. It covers pretty much like most plays. Yeah, because I can always finish him off with Accelerock, even if my Ninetales goes down here. Oh wow, Life Orb, that's not too common. Yeah, only 5%. He's probably just gonna get screen up again. But I actually have Corv in the back, which is really good. I kind of feel like I want to defog those away and then just try to win with Naga immediately. Because I'll be behind a screen as well. And yeah, Lantern would have to hacks me really hard. Plus he might just flash cannon here. I kind of doubt it though. Yeah, just getting the screen up. I feel like actually I can tank anything he wants to do pretty well. So I feel like I stay in and just go for damage. And maybe I get rid of his screen after I see what he wants to do. Because I, again, have my own Veil up. Plus, I have my Dynamax left, so I still have a lot of gas, potentially, but I just don't know what his two unknowns are. So I would say my opponent can definitely still win this. I would say my opponent's position, at least from my vantage point, is actually decent. Yeah, because I expect maybe like a lantern swap, so then maybe I'll attack it maybe once and then defog as I go down and then nasty plot with Naga and try to go for the win. Yeah, so this ladder these days, like the top spot is like 1800 and we're like high 1300s right now, so we're basically right in the middle of the ladder. Um, so I can expect my opponents to play differently based on where they're at in the ladder. So if they're like, I don't know, you can kind of even break it up in your head, maybe like below 1200 and then between like 12 and 14 and then 14 and 16 and then over 16, I guess, over 1600 points. You can kind of break it up into those categories in terms of how you think the opponent is going to play. So you can basically make predictions around that. Turn by turn predictions and whatnot. Um, huh. Yeah, this thing kind of beats my team. I guess we'll just get off like one good hit on it if this connects. This has a reasonable chance. This has an 87% chance to Oko. I think I'd just go for it then. So he's Life Orb, yep. I even frisked his Life Orb. Or actually, never mind, I know that because of Poltergeist. He might just set up like a nasty plot. Actually, this is a good switch in, I think. Never mind. I guess he somewhat predicted me. What's his rating? 1400. So decent prediction there. He probably just doubles back into the Shinotic. Do I just start getting up my hazards in that case? Oh wait, if he goes into Shinotic, then he gets left one turn of leftovers, which is bad. I should have just doubled into Pharaoh. Yeah, so I'm not playing like perfect, I guess. Let's get up the rocks. He probably just goes into Marrow, like instantly here. I would highly expect that. But I don't feel like I necessarily have to make hard predictions quite yet. At least I get those rocks up. He probably even flame charges. I'm okay with him flare blitzing. Does flame charge even KO me? Oh dang. It actually just straight up KOs me. Actually that's okay because I can go into this after. And I do outspeed still. I could just go Vaporeon. Vaporeon is decent this game. I kind of want to. He might get off 2 flame charges in the end. I don't know. We'll just go Vaporeon. Because Pharaoh. Yeah, because we can force him to at least take rocks if he wants to swap out, and then we could potentially go into Pharaoh again later and get up more hazards. In fact, do I just KO this thing? I feel like maybe I just take the KO on this thing. I could have gone Pharaoh to get up more hazards. I can go Pharaoh now even, even though it's pretty obvious. But I mean, why not? Because he's going to take rocks damage anyway. If he wants to keep switching around. And he may not expect the second layer. In fact, I can knock here, which is probably a pretty strong play. I think I can just spikes even. Because I don't know how much I care about the marrow at this point. So I don't know if I really need to knock it, even though it makes it a lot weaker once I knock its thick club off. Plus he could just go into shift tree anyway, which, I mean, knock wouldn't do anything. Yeah, so this is good because the real target is kind of the mons in the back, so that's why I'm targeting them with my spikes. I think I just go down here, maybe. I mean, I don't want him getting 2 flame charges. That's kind of the worst case. I want to at least knock him off, I guess. I mean, maybe I should have just got up another layer of spikes, honestly. Let's see, he is lightning rod. I mean, I just go into this. I can even swap out again if I want, because rocks only does half damage. He might have sucker punch on this. I'm definitely predicting him to have sucker punch. Does that even KO me? Probably. It probably does, sucker punch. Wait, what? I double resist that. He's not even going to KO me. Yeah, because I didn't want to get bluffed by sucker punch and him going for something else. So that's why I didn't want to bulk up there. There's like literally no reason to predict when I'm so far in the lead. In fact, that's how I lose, is if I make unnecessary predictions at this point. This is presumably a speed tie. I could go Vaporeon, which I kind of like doing. I mean, this thing is such low health though. I feel like I just attack. Yeah, he might miss his next attack anyway, because this thing doesn't have any accurate moves, the Palkia. I think Raichu is a pretty good end game on, plus it just KOs this anyway. So, because, wow, he even goes Lantern for some reason just to take damage, probably die in 2 shots. Interesting, because now, if whatever his last mon is, I can get super fast on it, just by getting the terrain up. I don't even outspeed this thing, so I KO with T-Bolt, so he's forced to do something here anyway. I mean, yeah, exactly. I just don't want to get like Max Darkness critted, so I didn't want to lose to that. Or like Banded. I didn't want to Dyna there for that reason. How fast can this thing get? I don't think he has enough turns or anything. Unless if he's really smart and goes for the Airstream. You know what? If he goes for the Airstream, then good play. I kind of doubt it. I feel like he just wants to knuckle here. In which case, I think he just loses to this. Yeah, exactly. Because I get up the range, so I get up my speed, and then this will always KO. GG. He said GG, so I say GG. So I do have one damage calc open, yeah, so it doesn't have any random stuff input in there, so it's ready to go for the next game. So yeah, I'm basically using a couple damage calcs right now. I'm using the regular Pokemon Showdown damage calc for Gen 8, Randbats, which automatically loads all of the random mons in there. And then I'm also using this calc dex. So that's, I think, the best way to go. So he's a 1339. Um, don't know what he wants to do. I feel like I can just Toxic here, which is fine. It's actually good because he takes damage the first turn. Flame Orb doesn't make you take damage the first turn. Does he even KO me? There's no reason not to just King Shield here because he's going to take more damage and hopefully just lower his attack anyway. Yeah, so now his knockoff won't even do that much. I don't have hazards, which I don't like. He's probably, of course, just going to knock again. I mean, how much do I care? I could even sub if I want. I can just attack too. Wow. Incredible crit. He would not have done like any damage without that crit, and now he just KOs me. He may not expect the Scarf Fusion Flare, although he probably does, because he's what, well, I don't know. He's a 1339. I feel like I just go Noivern and risk it. At least we connect. Don't even have, yeah, so he probably, I'm just going to predict him. Because Heatran isn't looking too good anyway, so I can just throw it in here. Yeah, I was kind of predicting the play rough anyway. Although, at least he doesn't have a good switch into this Lava Plume. Although, yeah, because hopefully I just burn this thing. Do not get the burn. He wants to close combat here, I think. Or just Brave Bird, which, I mean, I would have lived anyway. Of course he crits, though. So, he's either Scarf or Band. Pretty sure that's Scarf damage, right? Because I can do this, critical hit, 71 to 83, so he is Scarf. So I can just double back into the Heatran. Just throw off a Lava Plume. He might even Dyna here. Nah, he's too low to Dyna, although I kind of wish he did. But yeah, no real reason for him to Dyna there either. Noivern. Do I just sack this Noivern? I feel like this Noivern, it's kind of like one of my only answers to this Heracross, though. But I mean, his Copperage, I could play games, I guess, and double switch and stuff with it, and it can roost, which is nice. I can sort of take care of this Heracross otherwise. I kind of feel like I just want to stall it out a bit. That's what Toxapex is for anyway. It's for stalling stuff. Yeah, because he shouldn't be able to KO me here with anything, so I can even just recover. I can even just Scald into Baneful Bunker. Don't know if I want to do that. I kind of just want to finish this thing because it's a big threat. Yeah, and also because he might switch. He's likely to switch there because he's taking more and more poison. So this thing went for the play rough. That would mean that he is Life Orb, and he probably came in to Earthquake me, which does not KO. So I can predict him, but what good does that do? I could actually predict him and go cure him and fusion flare, which does not always KO. So I feel like I Baneful Bunker once. He might get up rocks, so I feel like I just Scald. Maybe get the burn too. Yeah, because I always live 1 EQ. He might predict me to go Noivern. He might just Ironhead, which KOs me here anyway. So I'm just going to Baneful Bunker. I do not want to switch in at all on an Ironhead. If anything, I go Noivern and then, well, probably just lose. I can go Noivern because Toxapex at this point is more important, and then I can just double into the Heatran on either the Play Rough or the Ironhead. Yep. Yeah, because those plays made sense to do that way. I think he just knocks here. So Noivern is fast, so now I actually want to keep it. So I think he might even throw off a CC, so I think I just have to stay in. Or, yeah, Facade even. Yeah, because he can kind of throw off any attack there. Noivern is going to miss. I could go Toxapex just to get the stall on and not reveal Kyurem yet. I feel like now is maybe the time to just go into this Kyurem. Oh wait, hopefully this naturally outspeeds, which it doesn't. Oh well, I think now is the time anyway to just do it. Anyway, we'll just Scarf Fusion Flare him, which will always KO. In fact, I think Ice Beam might always KO. It says it does 39.6. Does that mean it always does, so after a Shell Smash, this will be 240. I think the play now is to, do I go for, actually, do I go for like, how much does his Dynamax do to me? Do I just Dyna here, honestly? How much? I probably do like that much, so yeah, because I'm wondering how much his Dyna does to me. Kyurem White. I mean, I don't have to Dyna yet. I can actually lose to running out of time and just go into this. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just Anchor Shot. Okay. Anchor Shot. Oh, so he's doing that. In that case, we can KO him if we land. I could go Toxapex here, really. It's probably the safe play, but as long as he's not Assault Vest Draco here, does Draco even KO me from whatever range? Oh wait, he's Dragon Dance, so he cannot KO me, and then he dies to this Ice Beam. In fact, I have Turbo Blade, so I go through this thing's ability, and then... Actually, this thing always KOs, so I'm good. I don't even have to Dyna. Nice, nice. Alright, can I leave now? Oh wait, something is like glitching. I've never seen this happen before. It's saying I won the battle twice. Wow. This is very interesting. You know, my opponent actually did do some like interesting stuff in the chat here in the chat log. They like made the room hidden and then hid replay a battle and all this stuff. So I hope it's not causing my computer to glitch and be destroyed or something. I think it's really weird that people do that. Like I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to get out of here at this point. I think maybe the move is just to open a new tab or something. Hmm. Yeah, this is very interesting. I've played thousands of games here. I've never seen anything like this. I'm not even trying to like seek or whatever. I'm just trying to exit. Um, Maybe if I just close that one and open a new one. So, what is this guy? A 15-14. So we're actually pretty high on the ladder. What do I want to do? He probably wisps here. He might just start Dynamaxing and stuff, but I can always beat him in the end with my team, I think. So I think Jolteon is fine. I don't really want to get wisped. I feel like he definitely switches out, so I can read that and just make a hard prediction here. But who do I want to go into? Maybe just a banded Mon like this, which can probably hit like anything really hard. I can even just Power Whip if I want, because it OHKOs. Hopefully we land. Maybe the real play was just to throw off a Shadow Ball last turn. Or Hyper Voice or anything. Because I already know he's gonna just like predict this. He's just gonna like dodge. He's gonna predict Power Whip to miss, and then he's gonna get up Stealth Rocks. Honestly, is Stealth Rock's even that bad? Like, depending on what set I am. If I'm the Salicberry set on Ice Cube, then maybe I want Stealth Rocks, because then I can just come in on a physical attacker and hard belly drum, and then if they hit me, then I'm just going to be 260 speed times 1.5 with a belly drum. Because Stealth Rocks will do 25, then belly drum will do 50, so I'll be put down to 25% health. So then that'll activate the Salicberry. So this might end up being the easiest game yet, because they're going to time out. So yeah, this Claydol can be leftovers or vest. I kind of predict an earthquake incoming, potentially rocks too. In fact, yeah. The way he wants to bring it out aggressively also makes me think it's more just rocks, because you kind of want to be aggressive with getting your hazards out initially, because they're so good in this format. I mean, if you think about it, like, you're literally forcing your opponent to waste a turn just to get rid of the hazards. So this thing doesn't, yeah, it won't get KO'd by this. However, this thing is a massive threat to my entire team, sort of. So I feel like I just stay in, realistically, and hopefully just land. Excellent. So he might try to dodge, so I kind of feel like just staying in. He might, I kind of feel like he's also maybe predicting me to swap out into something, so that's also why he might just want to shore up. Plus, he probably knows I'm banded, so he may not even care if he goes down here, because then he can get free setup on me the next turn. I'm actually kind of glad I go down, so he doesn't get some kind of free setup. I could just go Jolteon to not reveal my team. I kind of like that. I could even set up with Mienshao, which actually isn't that bad of an idea, I don't think. Because at least, then again, I'm just going to reveal more of my Mons. Plus Mienshao. It's going to take a big hit anyway. How much do I actually take with this Mienshao? Actually, I don't really want to set up in case he wants to shore up. So I am Citrus Berry on this. So this is an obvious Shadow Ball incoming. So we'll see what he does. Okay, good. So now I know he has a Blissey. It might be time to... He probably Toxics. I might just throw off a Toxic myself for now. Feel like it just goes into the Palossand, but it'll be really nice having that thing Toxic anyway. I feel like he wants to swap out here maybe. I can throw off a Scald, because if this Blissey wants to stay in, it'll take even more damage. Okay, so Rotom takes damage, that's good. Honestly, I kind of feel like I just go into the Jolt here. Because this Jolteon looks like it won't be doing anything until this Blissey is gone anyway. I feel like he's just going to double into the Blissey. So, do I want to just read that and go hard Ice Cube? No, because, I mean, he could just go Palo. I mean, that's the problem, is he can go Palo. I feel like it doesn't matter too much necessarily if he goes back into the Blissey. I don't have to predict him yet. Plus, my Toxapex is getting Regenerator. I feel like I just Toxic for now, and then I can predict him like this turn if I want. I feel like I just go down here at this point and then set up with Mienshao for free. I feel like I just double Toxic here, then set up with Mienshao. He might Toxic me, which is kind of the most annoying thing that can happen. Actually, he goes into Palo. I set up the SD. I do not feel like missing. I don't know, because I have Porygon in the back, I feel like maybe I can deal with whatever his Dyna is. I do not... Maybe I just have to risk it. You know what? This is my best Dynamax Mon, so... I kind of feel like just going for it. Because, I mean, if I miss Stone Edge, then that's so bad, because I probably just lose the game. Because he just shores up. And then I just can't even KO him. So I feel like actually, can he KO me if he Dynamaxes? Probably. Will he Dynamax? I mean, at least I get his Dyna out of the way, I guess. So we'll see if he does KO me. I feel like he might. Maybe I should have just predicted that. Oh well. What can you do? Um, is he just gonna keep getting back health? I feel like I have to just start toxicking him now. How much does Jolt do? Thunderbolt 41, 2. It won't do enough. Probably. Yeah, so I need to do like 56 basically. So I feel like the play is just to go Pori now. That was kind of my plan initially anyway, was that I would have to go into this to deal with whatever his Dyna was. What the? It's doing way too much. Actually, I don't know why this thing isn't showing me how much damage he's doing, but I'm getting low on timer anyway, so I'm kind of just doing it by feel in terms of how much damage I think he's gonna do. Uh, hmm. How much does this stuff matter? He might want to recover again. Probably fine. It's probably fine. Yeah, because, okay. He knows I have Ice Q though, but Ice Q kind of doesn't do anything anyway. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Because Poison, Max Poison, I would have had a good Dynamon, but Max Poison is so weak that that was kind of the problem I ran into there. Maybe the better play was just to predict his Dynamax. I feel like at this point I just have to sort of predict him every turn. He probably wants to stay in for a turn or two or whatever. No? I actually want this thing gone like really badly, so this is kind of good. Oh, okay. I mean, of course, he risks that just to live on two or whatever. I feel like I just keep attacking, really. Yeah, because I literally need this thing gone, because my Ice Cube just loses to his whole team. This is, yeah, he probably has like the flamethrower on this. Well, wow, I don't know why he goes for these moves. That make no sense. I definitely wish I was Salicberry on this. I feel like I could win if I was Salicberry. Whatever. If he wants to go for cross chop, then I guess that's how I win. I need him to go for cross chop or wild charge or something. He doesn't. GG. Um, so my opponent is 1483. Um, kind of feel like he either gets up rocks or just earthquakes here. Maybe even switches. I bet you turn into whatever will KO though. So what set is he? He is likely the weakness policy then. Could be Scarf. I feel like going as Elf kind of forces him to stay in. maybe. And then hopefully I can just KO him. Yeah, because not many mons like switching in on as elf, because I could have just nasty plotted there and gone for game, which I wish I was the nasty plot set, because I think that's what I would have tried to do. Man, I don't like all these mons that don't have the right sets. So what do I do here? I feel like I just try to take this thing out, because this thing is somehow also like a wall to my team. Even though he could just get up rocks here. He could easily just attack too, because as elf is in general just a really big threat. Because life orb plus with this speed, like that's pretty deadly. Plus life orb is so good with Dynamax too. I predict he's probably Scarf. I can still take out his Metagross and whatnot anyway, so I feel like I'm so low anyway. I could just Psyshock here. So he wasn't Scarf, he was what, Life Orb? Yep. In that case, I feel like the play is just going into the Sharpedo, even though it reveals a fast Mon, and just crunching because that covers both of his Mons. And then, no matter what he wants to do next, he can't really set up on me either because of my speed boost. So of course, this happens. Guess I just go Berserker. I do not know why he sets up. Hopefully he stays in that case and just goes down to this Iron Head. I was thinking he was just trying to slowly chip down my Berserker or something by getting off attacks, but this works too. Do I actually just go Sharpedo? I could go Zama. That's not a bad play exactly either. Hopefully his Life Orb just takes a lot of damage from whatever he wants to do. He probably goes into the this thing. How much damage am I even doing against Comfey? If I want to just stay in and attack? Actually, I do kind of massive damage anyway with close combat, so I feel like that's the move. And of course it prevents him from easily going into Metagross. I kind of feel like I just stay in. Maybe. Okay, he's probably about to get all this back. At least I get off 2. Nope. I think he's going to try to go for game in that case. I don't think that'll work because I think Lastrie does too much to it. I have to calc how much I even do to it. In fact, I could go for the Dynaquake. Or I could go for Dyna Knuckle into Dyna Crash. I could just Dyna my Berserker here. But I don't want to lose in the end to Comfey, so I think I'm just going to go into Glastrier. But how much do I do? Where's my actual damage calc? Glastrier. Comfey. Dynamax. I mean, he's just going to keep recovering and whatnot. I feel like I just have to hard Quake here. And then start, yeah, because he recovers too much, so I have to Quake first and then go Hail. Yeah, so this is fine. Does he actually just go down to Hail now? I think so. How much does this Metagross do to me, and how much do I do to it? Yeah, I really don't want to lose to Agility Metagross, so I feel like I just close combat here. He has a small chance to KO me with Meteor Mash, which I think is fine. I think I'm just gonna close combat here. Actually, he dies to Hail no matter what. But I don't want to miss also. So I feel like close combat is fine, realistically. Yeah, because I really don't want to miss. Plus, he can't really break through my team anyway. Yeah, exactly. Like, he can't really break through my team anyway. He can't break through this Kingdra. And I can't get status either, so that means I can just Rain Dance. So now I have a really good setup for his last Mon at this point, because I'm super fast. GG. Yeah, it was nice in that end game because Misty Terrain was up, so we can't even Thunder Punch para me. I mean, he could have made a pretty crazy prediction and gone for another agility. But actually, I think Terrain maybe had too many turns for him to try to do something like that. But if it didn't, then yeah, that would be a pretty interesting, crazy play. I mean, honestly, I like to give players the game, like, if they can make plays like that, because it's like if they are willing to make really good plays, then it's fun to see those plays. So we are getting up higher on the ladder, so I guess it's taking a little bit longer. So I can always close some of these things, like because this damage calc I already used up, so I don't want to have to like be confused by what that says. So it's always good to open a fresh new damage calc. In fact, probably even having 2 or 3 open. Because in some battles, I mean, yeah, some battles I've definitely had to use maybe like 4 damage calcs, even in one battle. So he's 1447. GLHF, you said U2, I say TY. Feel like I just get up webs here. Because hopefully they're just super good. I could either Mirror Coat or just Liquidation. I feel like the better play might just be to Liquidation. Because who knows if he wants to predict that or not. He said, I just had a bot trying to talk to me. That's very interesting. I feel like I just go down here. I could go into Hatterene if I want, just to save another Mon. Actually, how much does Weavile do to this guy? Banded, knock, banded, low kick, always KOs. You know what? I feel like there's no way he Focus Blasts here. I do get parried and lose the game because of that. He probably just Focus Blasts here. But you know what? This Weavile is done for anyway. I could just go Haxorus and start boosting on him, but then I feel like this type of team will just lose to whatever Dyna he has in the back. So I don't want to do that just yet, I don't think. Especially because I can just set up on this Regice with Hatterene. I wonder if he came into this to defog. You know what though, we're going to get up a million Calm Minds. And then maybe even just Dynamax with this Hatterene. Calm Mind, Calm Mind, Calm Mind. Oh god, is he going to freeze me now? I do 62 min. I wonder if he Dynamaxes and if he's weakness policy. I do not want to. Actually, he is weakness policy. Either that or Lum. I wonder if he Dynas here. I could go for one more Calm Mind as long as he doesn't freeze me. Because it's not really a good play on his part because he's not even doing that much damage and I just get leftovers recovery. I really don't want to get frozen, so I think I just Dazzling Gleam here. I'm not even playing like risky at all. I just needed to get one more Calm Mind to 100% guarantee that the next hit would KO. And then I will KO him here as long as he doesn't do 10 million. Yeah, let's just go for it, I guess. He might be Banded Vicious Rend. But we'll see how much we do here. I think we did enough. So he does have this. I can at least set up the, what do I want to set up? I can set up the Mindstorm so that he can't Shadow Sneak my Mons. I think I actually force his Dyna too, which is nice. Pretty sure he Dynas here, but it's possible he doesn't. Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to swap out, predicting a Dyna. Okay, so he has this. I hope he tries to set up on me, and then I just Mystical Fire him. It seems we have lost. I think I need Mr. Rhyme to deal with this thing when it eventually Dynamaxes. In the meantime, I can try for like Fire Punch crits. Fire Punch, I bet, does like nothing to this. Yep, does nothing. Haxorus. Actually, I can. I could just go Haxorus now, even. Just to scare him, maybe. Although, I don't know how much it actually scares him. And then just try to win with the Rhyme in the back. Yeah, I could go Haxorus just to scare him, I guess. Plus, it is scary because I could crit potentially. So I feel like that's the play. Dragon Dance. Yeah, because he wants to go for that bulk up here. We'll see if we do get a crit because I think this thing kind of goes down if I get a crit. Yeah, I don't know why he's risking the critical hit here exactly. Because I feel like he goes down here if I get a crit. Or if I get a crit here or a burn, then he goes down. So we'll try for that. Oh, this is actually sort of working out. We'll just go for a freeze dry then to finish him. So I should definitely lose here, but we'll see. I feel like he might just Dyna here, so I'll just try to slack off, I suppose. Because if he gets Sun Up, then I can't freeze him anyway. So he might Dyna this time. I don't know if he's just trying to get the flinch. I bet now he Dynas. Nope. He just gets the crit. And another crit. And I think I have to hope for a miss. Let's just get the freeze dry freeze then. No. So I'm just going to try to slack off to see if I can get back up to full. I feel like that's the play. I feel like I just have to be at like full or something. So I'm basically back as full as I can be. So we'll just try to freeze dry here. I bet his last beats me. So his last, I feel like he doesn't risk Nasty Plot here, although he might. In which case, I guess my best play is if I don't know if he can KO me with anything. At this point, it probably doesn't matter. It's because I'm probably going to lose anyway. But, what's the best play? I don't know. We'll just go for the freeze, I suppose. Oh, I do not get the freeze. In which case, maybe you could argue Focus Blast was a better play. But that's going to be a GG. Yeah, because if I Focus Blasted there and I get in, and well, for one I have to land, but if I do land, and then for two I have to get like the highest roll. But if I do get the highest roll, then I think I would still lose even with the highest roll anyway, because it said like 93 or 94, even if it was 94, then he could just Dyna and then he would only take half a life orb hit, so he would be able to KO both my mons. So I think the best play was just going for the freeze, which is the higher chance than a crit. So I could just get up rocks. I feel like he wants to stay in and maybe, I don't want to activate his weakness policy, and I kind of want damage on this thing anyway. Okay, now maybe he swaps out. Yeah, he probably swaps out here. But I don't know what he wants to bring in, so that's why I didn't really want to predict what I wanted to swap in. I can at least get up rocks against this thing, I think. Nice, bulletproof coming in clutch. Besides, this thing isn't offensive anyway, so I'm kind of using it just to get up rocks. Although it is somewhat offensive. I'm guessing he wants to get up T-spikes with this, which is actually what I want him to do. So I'm just going to clanging him. I kind of want damage on this thing anyway. I wonder if he goes for like a pain split or something. That'd be slightly annoying. What's the rating again? 1417. Alright. Can start the timer now. Timer is on, so I guess the timer starts at 2 minutes 30 seconds. Never really paid attention to that before. Exactly how long the timer is. All I know is that it gets real close to hitting 0 for me oftentimes. They have a interesting sprite. Is this like is this like a custom sprite or maybe not? I can't tell. That might be a custom sprite. I think you have to like win a tournament or something to get something like that. Good thing I started the timer because they're taking a bunch of time. So my phalanx is banned, so banded and paralyzed, so I'm hoping I can just sack it later at some point. So this thing must have, yeah, it has the neutralizing gas. So that's why he is able to hit me with the sludge bomb. Better to go for clanging scales because it avoids contact in case he wants to swap in the Vile Plume. And also close combat lowers both defenses, whereas clanging scales only lowers the defense. I'm guessing he just wants to set up on me here. I could just go hard Absol, which I really like, I think. In fact, I could go Phalanx, because if he wants to strengths at me, then he's just gonna be done for. But how much does Phalanx even do? Doesn't it really even do enough? I kind of feel like I just want to go Absol then, because it forces him to take rocks again if he wants to come back in. Oh, I do unfortunately I do have to take the poison damage. But yeah, I mean, his only way around this is I feel like he doesn't KO me even if he Dynamaxes here. Plus this does waste his it sort of wastes his Citrus Berry. It wastes his Calm Mind, it kind of wastes everything just by going Absol, which is why I like that play. Phalanx was going to get fully paralyzed anyway as he Calm Minds again, which he is free to do because Phalanx likely does not KO with a Banded Throat Chop. So I kind of had to go Absol here. It was kind of my only play. It kind of was literally my only play. So he does do that, but at least I do get off a really big hit. And he cannot recover anything now. He might just want to do that again. We'll see. So he does want to Strength Sap again. The thing is yeah, it's not going to necessarily do a ton for him. He probably just T-bolts at this point. The thing is he can't really break through I wonder if I think he's just trying to predict like a sucker punch at this point, but I don't even have it. Hopefully he predicts it and goes for another Strength Sap. Yeah, and hopefully I can KO. Nope. Apparently this will just never KO. What do I want to do? So he has Unburden, so he's fast now. Geez, do I just go Phalanx? This Phalanx is kind of useless otherwise, and I don't want him just stalling out my entire team. You know what? It's time for you to do something useful, Phalanx. Hopefully Strength Saps gets me to plus 1,000,000. There we go. It looks like they disconnected. I have no idea why they disconnected after I make an amazing play, putting them at a big disadvantage. It's kind of strange that they just happened to disconnect right then, when they pretty much had me on the ropes with this Strength Sapping, Calm Minding Driftblim that outsped my whole team, but then I kind of just Uno reverse carded them. I don't know why they would have disconnected just then. So they do have 15 seconds left. Even if they want to go Vileplume and do another thing like that with the Strength Sap, it would just keep boosting me. So as long as I didn't get fully paralyzed there, I really like that play. I mean, of course they do get that paralysis. It's like the game is always conspiring against me. Like, how can I... the game is always trying to showbiz me, doing everything in its power. Because that would have been the only way I really lost that exchange, was getting fully paralyzed. So he's at 1472. He is probably trying to get up rocks, or he might just Stone Edge here. I kind of want to just win with this Blaziken. I can win with this too, this other Mon. In that case, I kind of just want to Nasty Plot here, I think. Yeah, it's okay if he wants to do that. He is Sash. Whatever. He's just going to probably do that again, so I can just go into the Machamp. I don't know. We'll just try to confuse whatever he wants to swap in if he is going to do any sort of swapping in. Yeah, so he might get up rocks, but I do at least have the defog on the Moltres. I do not think he wants to stay in here at all. Maybe I can go hard into the Moltres on whatever he wants to bring in, and then I can get off a defog. We'll just do that now. He does Trick Room. I don't think this thing can have Calm Mind. If it does, then I'm sort of in trouble. I'm pretty sure this set like isn't the Calm Mind set, so I think I'm gonna try to just roost off the damage as he takes Life Orb hits. So maybe he knows my strategy now, so I think it's fine even if he knows my strategy. Because even if he wants to swap, then that's not bad for me either. Dang, why did he do like so much that one turn? I feel like at this point maybe I just try to... He only has a 37% chance to KO me at this point. So I could just stay in. I feel like I just want to stay in at that point. Yeah. Of course, he does get the highest roll, basically. Do I just SD with do blade? I don't think he doesn't do enough to do blade, right? Yeah, he almost does, but he doesn't as long as he doesn't critical hit me. Do I just want to stay in that case? Because I really want damage on this thing. I kind of feel like I just stay in, take the Mystical Fire, and just get rid of this thing. Because if he wants to go into the Crook, then I have Shadow Sneak anyway. But I really just need this Mon gone, so my Blaziken can win. Okay, so he goes into this, which gets outsped by Mr. Mime, which is amazing, so he can't be Sash either, so I think I just stay in and get off another Iron Head. Because I kind of felt like he might have wanted a Swords Dance there, but he didn't. I feel like this thing, though, does like 10 million to Blaziken with close combat. Yeah, it in fact may just Oko me. Do I just go Machamp just to not reveal the Mime? Or do I just go Mime just so I can nasty plot in front of him? I kind of feel like at this point in the game, I just want to start pressuring him because he might want to swap out anyway because he's scared. He does have a good switch in with the Crook. He might just Dyna here too, which I don't know. That's, yeah, because he won't KO me with that. And then I can just throw off a Psychic. Yeah, because even if he takes this thing down, I still have my Blaziken in the back to try to sweep him. Even Togekiss can potentially sweep him. So he does have this to probably T-Wave me and ruin this Mon. Do I just go for the Focus Blast in that case? Or do I actually swap out? He might just attack me because he thinks he lives. So, which he does. In which case, I don't want to try to... I don't want to Dyna though because he's just going to paralyze me potentially, which is really bad. I'm just going to Focus Blast. I think I just had the Focus Blast here. Wait, he was only Toxic. In which case, I can even preserve this if I want. I feel like that is not the move though, and that I should just Psychic. Yeah, because he will land this time. Okay, so he has this. He might just want a hard Dyna here at this point. Honestly, I think it's okay. Now the real question is, well, do I just go Blaziken at this point in like hard SD here? I feel like I do. Yeah, we'll just go Blaziken in hard SD here. He said you might win this one. I say I hope so. Now the real question is, what do I do here? Honestly, what is he going to do against a Blaziken like this? Once I go for the max flare. So we're just going to do that. Dyna Flare. Because I'm +1 in the sun with Life Orb. This Virizion is going down. So he said GG you won. And so I say GG too. Because I'm thinking even if he has a really bulky mon in the back, he's going to have to deal with +1 in the sun super fast Life Orb Dyna Blaziken. So that's a GG.